Next.
Mr. Chairman, these are the states that we have for today. Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've taken all the states that have come as of now, and we should therefore call it a day and reconvene tomorrow, let's say by 10 a.m. So, good night to you all. Thank you very much.
From the INEC Collation Center in Abuja, the federal capital, it is time to call it a day for this phase of the announcement of the results of the 2015 presidential election results. Well, we had about 10 states announced, and in total we have 19 for today. And, well, if you look at the spread now, it shows that in terms of numerical strength, the All Progressives Congress has 10 states, the PDP 9, and that doesn't mean anything for now. It's indeed a very, very tight race. But the INEC chairman, Professor Adahiru Jega, did say for now they have to pack it up for today, and hopefully they will be returning tomorrow, even as results continue to come in. So we have results from 18 states and the federal capital making 19. We still have some way to go. And so we are here and will not be going anywhere until the whole matter of the presidential elections is concluded. And so it's at this point that we would like to welcome you to this segment of Nigeria 2015 here on Channels Television. And over there in the Collation Center in Abuja, you can see the officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission and other stakeholders in the electoral process while bidding themselves good night. Of course, the documents of INEC and concerning the electoral materials or the electoral process are being submitted by the various agents and representatives of the various political parties that took part in the presidential election. Well, there you have activities winding down at the INEC Collation Center. The party agents and party representatives approaching the high table where the INEC chairman is seated to hold last-minute consultations before the hall is finally cleared. And of course we can see that so many people have made their exit, and from the Collation Center we effectively return to Lagos and to the Nigeria 2015 studio here at Channels Television. I'm Charles Eruka. It's another day for us here, well, another day in the stretch for the presidential elections. And there we have a number of results coming in from the federal capital and 18 states. And there are 36 states of the federation. And so when you subtract 36 from, or maybe 19 from 37, then do the math. How many do we have left? Well, we've gone more than halfway. And so for, even as the day progresses into the very next day, more results will be coming in. Probably that will be at the break of dawn, and that will be on Tuesday, the 31st day of March 2015. But here in the Nigeria 2015 studios, I'm being joined by my colleagues and together we'll be taking a look at the events of today, starting from when the Independent National Electoral Commission began to release the results of the 2015 presidential elections. Well, I have with me here today.
Many thanks for joining us at this time.
And I am Kadria Ahmed.
And I'm Olumide Macaulay. I'm a numerologist today. Numerology, inclined people will be having a field day because it's a game of numbers now.
Well, thank God for you, because I'm absolutely
Good luck
useless
to you.
with numbers.
A lot of people are.
I am particularly bad, actually. I mean, for me, you know, I've spent the last 2 days on this show vigorously defending INEC. For the first time, I'm a little bit miffed with them. I don't see any reason why we're going into a third day without full election results. I honestly do not understand why, you know, we are not able to get all the results today. Yesterday, I could understand why they couldn't do, you know, results yesterday, because we had elections on Sunday in some places, and so to get a complete picture for some states was not possible without those places where voting extended into Sunday. Today, I just don't understand it, particularly if you take into account the fact that these figures are actually tallied at the polling units. So essentially what happens at the collation centers is just the plussing of all the numbers that have already been tallied. We're not recounting votes, we're not doing anything. And so I'm struggling to understand why it is taking this long. And it is potentially dangerous, you know, this delay, because it allows for people to get anxious, it allows for tension to build up, and it allows for accusations to be made about, well, why the delay? What is the reason for the delay? And so for me, I'm a little bit concerned about that delay.
But let's also look at the other side of it. I mean, you know, let's take, for example, the announcement of the results by the various returning officers. You know, everything has to be done slowly, deliberately, and of course, they have to sometimes repeat themselves so that there'll be no doubt whatsoever, there'll be no ambiguity whatsoever. Remember, Nigerians, of course, I can't count the population, but let's just say millions of Nigerians are glued to their television sets watching this process. You and I are here actually noting down the figures, comparing notes, and then, of course, making sure that there are no discrepancies. You also notice that the returning officer for Akwa Ibom State actually had to be given time to go reconcile his figures when discrepancies were noticed.
I don't understand that.
Well, I mean, it must have been a computing error. I mean, we allow margin for human error as well. It was an error in calculation, and, you know, when the figures were not just tallying up.
All of them, I mean, the whole of Nigerian universities seem to be working for INEC at the moment.
I think it's justified that you have that kind of feeling about what is happening, but we also need to understand.
It's a concern.
Yes, I understand.
I'm not making a big, I'm not saying it is the be and end all of it, but I'm just saying it's a concern.
Yes, I totally understand that concern, but we also need to understand that it's also beyond the numbers. Several parties are involved here, and you know that there are quite a number of cases where there have been disagreements from one party disagreeing against the other about what happened at different polling units. So they really need to verify and re-verify these figures, ask questions about the differences, you know. So it's not just about coming up with a sum total.
Is this what INEC is telling you they're doing?
No, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. I'm just trying.
No, I mean,
it's a very valid
look at us in the studio here.
It's a very valid concern. What Kadira said. Exactly. Is INEC saying that to us when the voting is extended? Sorry, the counting, the collation, the announcement of the results, I beg your pardon, are extended, that this is the reason why we are moving it till later in the day. He's not making good on the 48-hour delivery.
And he's not explaining why.
And he's not explaining why. So it will be good for Nigerians to know at the point where we are saying, okay, we have these results now, we'll have the rest of the results tomorrow because of A, B, C, and D reason.
But is it not clear? I mean, let's
We
start.
can't guess.
No,
We
let's-
can't
no,
guess
hold
because
on.
of what you're saying.
Let's
that
start from the beginning.
Because it's a long process. Because there are issues and contentious issues in bringing the.
I mean,
let's start
how
from the
did you make you
beginning.
feel,
results
I'm
together.
sorry, Charles, how did it make you feel that a professor had to be sent back to verify the figures that he has?
But that doesn't make the thing go into the next day.
You
Where are
know,
the rest
so
of the results?
they need to do the back. I think, I mean, to my mind, I don't work with INEC.
And you could well be right. You could well be right, Kayode. The issue there, though, is that we shouldn't be guessing it.
They should be telling us.
They should be telling us. We shouldn't be allowed to make any assumptions.
Absolutely.
Because when you're dealing with something as delicate as results, the last thing you want to do is to be second guessing what is happening among INEC officers and what the issues are that they are facing. So INEC does have a responsibility to share information, and I think most of the time they do. Maybe in this